Hello, my name is Sebbi and welcome back to the coffee break in Minecraft. Today is Sunday, October 13th, 2019. It feels so good to wake up in your very own bed again after a long expedition. It was a very good night's sleep, but unfortunately this good night's sleep will not last for very long because soon I will continue with the expedition. I will continue to explore the last row of the super large map wall, which I like to display in the yet to be built museum. I just spotted the bamboo which is growing out there. That's fantastic. This looks so cool. This is really a super green and vibrant color. I like this. I like this a lot. I'm happy that I started to grow some bamboo out there. And yeah, right, cat? It's now about time to prepare the continuation of the expedition. The cat seems to be sad. The cat seems to be very sad that I will leave soon again. Yes, meow. Poor cat, but soon. Soon I will be back and then we can have some more quality time together. But first, I need to repair my boots. I like to put enchantment cost 9. Wow, that's quite expensive. Yeah, I think I like to display the armor I'm currently wearing in the museum as well, but first we have to construct it and yes, cat, I know. We have to construct it and I have to finish the exploration of the last row of the map wall. So can I put something away? Well, I can put the saddle away, I guess. Alright, that's good. So, got new boots, some iron, very nice. And yeah, I think at some point I will exchange those leather boots with non-enchanted leather boots, so that here I do have only unenchanted armor, and in the museum I do have my set of enchanted armor pieces I wore during this expedition. So this could be a good idea. I'm not quite sure about this iron armor, if I wore it before or if I just crafted it. I think I wore it before I switched to this set of armor, but I'm not sure. This is such a long time ago that I put those armor stands into the tower that I completely forgot about it. But yeah, that's how life is. You experience things, you do things, sometimes you forget about things, sometimes you don't forget about other things. And yeah, so what has happened since the last episode? Well, unfortunately, nothing has happened in regard to my thesis, well, not thesis, but in regard to my defense, that's what I wanted to say, my thesis defense, which is sad. This is super sad. I started to ask the professors for a new appointment. I still find it super bad that, excuse me, horse, that after they once again cancelled, I like to put down 4 additional item frames and grab the map which I need in order to find the start of the last row. So yeah, let's do that. But first we need some more leather, so I guess I need to unfortunately slaughter a few cows. Alright. 3 leather. I need one more leather. Alright, 4 leather, perfect. Now close the door before the cows escape, that's good. Do I need to... No, I think there are still enough cows, there are also enough chicken. Sheep are fine. Okay, I don't think that I need to breed them, but yeah, look at this. This is such a beautiful, vibrant color. I like this. I'm super happy with that. The pumpkin farm is a little bit extensive, I would say. Ooh, and my berries. My berries are growing. That's also nice. Cool. We do have so many great resources here. How tall can those things become? Will this bamboo at some point be taller than my rail system up there? That would be weird. Be very weird. So yeah, I asked them for 2 days in the last week of November if they are available. Unfortunately, one professor isn't available at the first stage, whereas another second professor isn't available for the second date. So yeah, it remains to be interesting and complicated and disappointing and whatnot. It's yeah, it's just bad. It's really bad. And yeah, I don't know what I shall think about it. It's just frustrating. It's super frustrating. On Wednesday evening, yes, on Wednesday evening, after, well, the day after I learned about the fact that, okay, Wednesday evening, Tuesday evening, Wednesday. No, I guess it was Wednesday evening. Yeah, I learned about it Wednesday morning and Wednesday evening because I still was quite annoyed and frustrated and so on. Of course, it was Wednesday evening. I was talking about this in last episode. Oh man, my brain is no good anymore. But yeah, after recording last episode, I then went for a longish run. It was quite a long run, actually. I did another half marathon. In the end, I was running a half marathon in super heavy rain. Yeah, it was just crazy. It was just pouring down from the skies. But yeah, it felt good. It felt really good. And after I finished this half marathon, so it took me 1 hour 38 minutes or so to run the half marathon again, which is still a nice time. So where do I like to start? I think I like to start here. So let's grab this map indeed. But which direction do I need to move? I think I need the other map as well. Let's put this map to the side. No, I don't need this map, I need that map, because I'm on this map. Yes, I need this map, okay. This map will give us direction, which way will put us into the right direction, and then I can continue with the expedition. Do I need something else? I have food, I have iron, I have redstone, I have wood, I have my boat, torches, red bed, some more food. Equipment is in decent shape, so yeah, I think I got everything I need to continue the expedition. That's good. Yeah, I was running this half marathon. It really helped me to, reduce a little bit the frustration, but now with the fact that, hey, I still have no new day and new date for the defense, it's just annoying, just disappointing. And I still haven't heard back, which is even more annoying, from my primary advisor. So yeah, that's just sad. And a little bit, or quite drastically annoying. Okay, I need to move this way. Okay, good to know. Moving in this direction, we can do this. Let's store the map here. This is the map I need to find the start of the last map row. That's good. So yeah, since then I was just doing preparations for the start of the new lecture period, because next week lecture period will start again, and then I have to deal with students again, and all this fancy stuff starts over again. So this is going to be interesting, I guess. And yeah, I was just talking about this half marathon I ran and the heavy rain. It was raining basically the entire week. On Friday the weather became quite decent actually. Oh, look at this beautiful sunset, that's cool. Also this bright and vibrant bamboo, and wow, I like it. I really like it. This is so beautiful to look out of this window, and I really miss it, to be honest with you. After such a long time of being away and doing this expedition thing, it feels really good to be here again and to see all of this. But oh, the moon has risen already. What do I wanted to say? Yes, weather became good, and the weather is now super warm this weekend, which is quite good for sports. The entire week, and this really a sports weekend more or less. So yesterday I was at first cycling again. This was good. The last bike tour was nearly a month ago, so I think my last bike tour was somewhere in the middle of September, before I went on vacation. And then as I got back home, it was raining. It was not cold, but it was not warm enough, so to say, to use my road bike. Of course, I could do it if I would have the right equipment, but since I don't really have good long pants and long sleeve shirts and so on for cycling, this was not an option. Also, it was raining, which is then even more bad. And the most problematic thing is just the fact that, yeah, fall is upon us, and with fall the days getting shorter, and now the sun sets around, I think, 6:40 or so. And with this early sunset, it's, by the way, we now start the probably last session of this super big expedition to explore the coffee break world. That's quite exciting. This is quite a large and big step we are doing here. And yeah, it's really a unique endeavor, I would say, what we are doing here. So yeah, sun is setting quite early, and so I don't have really the opportunity to go cycling after work, and yeah, that's sad. And so I was cycling yesterday, which felt really good. And after I got back home, I felt so energized that I thought, okay, let's go running. So I did basically, well, not really a triathlon, it was a duathlon or so. But still, it was cool to do cycling and running the same day in direct succession or so. So this was cool. This was really nice. Had a decent run afterwards. And all was in the spirit of Hawaii, because yesterday was the Ironman. Yesterday the Ironman took place in Hawaii, and so I guess this was also why I was so energized and inspired after getting home from my bike trip to say, okay, I just need to go running or so. So yeah, watched the Ironman, was quite interesting. Today is Formula One, so another sport which I'm looking forward to. And then there's the thing, I'm not quite sure if I will participate in it or not. There is a running event. I think it's called Run for Freedom. Freedom for running? No, Run for Freedom. It's definitely Run for Freedom. So I'm not quite sure if I will participate in this event. Could be interesting to do a 10k run, but I'm not quite sure if I really want to do it in a competition or so. I don't know. I will keep you posted in the next episode. And yeah, to speaking of the next episode, I really like to finish the report on Sweden and my journey to Sweden this episode. So I wasted so much time already. I hope we can I can finish my report on my journey to Sweden. So yeah, let's just see how far we can get with that. So right, the last day ended with me having lost my GoPro, which was super sad, super annoying. And so the next day I wanted to explore the skerries. I wanted to use or take a ferry to get on one of the larger skerries. But first I drove back to the area where I was hiking the day before, and I was checking the parking area. I was checking the sides of the road because I expect to have or assumed that I put the GoPro on the roof of the car, and maybe after a turn the GoPro fell down, and so I checked everything, but unfortunately no GoPro. Maybe someone else found it, maybe it was really on the roof of the car and it flew somewhere into the shrubberies, into the bushes next to the road. So I don't know, I haven't found it again. And then I decided, okay, there's no point in searching for this GoPro. Let's just move on. Let's try to make the best of the journey and enjoy the day. And so after having lost almost an hour or a little bit more than an hour to search for the GoPro again, I drove to the place where I thought the ferry would leave, but I must have selected the wrong village or touched the wrong village as I was planning my trip for this day, because there was no ferry. It turned out the next village, a little bit north to the position where I was, there the ferry left for this larger island. And after taking a few pictures, I drove to the harbor where the ferry left. I used the ferry, which was free. This was quite interesting. I had to pay nothing for getting this transfer to the island. On this island, I had first searched for a good place to have some lunch. Well, I had food with me. I just searched for a good place to have a picnic and to be outdoors and and enjoy the sunshine, which I did. I found it really a decent place right at the shoreline, so fantastic view. Was really great. Then I moved on to a nature reservoir, which was also on this island. And yeah, there I did a hiking trip. Was really nice to explore the forest, and at the same time always see so many other islands being around your island, because that's basically how skerries work. And this was fantastic. This was super amazing. Just enjoying the scenery, the landscape, the nature. Had really a good hike. After I was done with the hike and done with enjoying the nature, I thought, okay, it's already early evening, late afternoon, sun is setting soon. Let's drive to the western end of the island I was on, because I really wanted to see the sunset. I mean, there's so much water, and I really hope that, okay, maybe I can see how the sun is, vanishing behind the horizon or so. It almost worked out like that. There was just a little skerry in the way of the sun, but since it was very, very flat, it does not really ruin things or made it bad or so, or not that great. It was really a beautiful sunset, and it was amazing. It was really cool to just sit there, watch the sunset, and enjoy all those vibrant and cool colors, orange, red, purplish. This was amazing. This was really cool, and this was even more amazing as I took the ferry back to the mainland, because then the sky was just orange, and wow, it was overwhelming. It was so fascinating. I was really over the moon. And yeah, speaking of sitting around and just enjoying the sunset, this is also a thing I did quite often during this journey. It was not like rushing from spot to spot. No, it was like, okay, I did a hiking trip here, I did a hiking trip there, but during all the hiking trips I often found beautiful places, and I just sat down there and enjoyed it for a bit, enjoyed the silence, and yeah, I was just amazed. So yeah, this was really a great day. The next day, I at first visited Sigtuna, which apparently is the oldest town of Sweden. Was quite interesting. There were so many wooden houses, and there was the ruins of an old monastery, and yeah, what was quite nice. But yeah, but it was just nice to explore this small little Swedish town. Then I moved on to a little bit more to the north, to the town called Uppsala. I guess it's pronounced Uppsala. I have no idea how to pronounce it, probably, but yeah, went there, saw a huge cathedral. The cathedral was quite interesting, because as I was inside the cathedral, they were playing, hey, this is almost the color I saw as I was sitting at the beach, and not at the beach, but at the western end of the island. This was cool. Yeah, they were playing music in this cathedral as I was exploring it, so it was really a cool atmosphere listening to this music while walking through this super tall building, seeing all those colorful windows and so on. This was quite nice. Then I visited some more parts of Uppsala, like the town hall, and the center of it was actually quite nice. It was also interesting because it was Friday, and there was also a Friday for future protest. So really a cool town, really a cool place. I found it quite interesting. There was not really something super special, super amazing, but it was just interesting because it was such a vivid town, and they had really good and large, we have nearly roads for cycling. So the cycling paths were larger, wider than. Ooh! This was mean. It was very mean. Oh dear. Yeah, they were almost wider than the paths you had. Well, the paths for the pedestrians and so on. So this was really nice, especially since I enjoy cycling. So yeah, I found it super cool. This was really a nice town. And after having enjoyed the town for a bit, I think I spent there about 2 hours or so, I really felt the urge to, okay, I saw now so many houses and people and whatnot. I need to go out a little bit into the nature. And so I looked again on the map I had of where I found the other good hiking places. And I found a lake in the middle of wilderness, in the middle of a super large forest. So I went there, drove there, and started the hiking trip. It was a little bit late. It was already late in the afternoon, so I think it was shortly before 5 p.m. or so when I started the hiking trip. So I got to the lake shortly before sunset or so, and the forest was super dense, so you could only navigate because they added some reddish paint to some of the trees or so. So you were basically just walking through the forests, and there was no clear path. So this was quite interesting. And also, as I reached the lake, super cool color there. The lake was like a mirror, and you saw all this beautiful sky colors in the lake being mirrored. So this was amazing. This was super great. On the way back, I did not see any mooses or so, but I saw some deers, which was also nice. Yeah, the last few hundred meters were then the complete darkness, more or less. Well, it was bright enough to see where you go, but it was already quite dark. And yeah, this concluded the last full day on Sweden. The final day, unfortunately, started with overcast. So the weather was changing. The weather was maybe crying that I was about to leave or so. In the end, I must say, it was really amazing. It was really cool, as I said, with just sitting at certain places and just enjoying the nature and taking my time and taking it in a super relaxed and easy way. This was perfect. But on the other hand, after those 4 days in the Stockholm area, I really felt the need or urge to move on. So if I would have not traveled back home, I would have traveled to a different area in Sweden or so, maybe central Sweden or northern Sweden or something like this, because I thought, okay, I got a certain understanding, certain idea of the Stockholm area. Now it's time to move on to a different place. So it was really the perfect amount of days, the perfect number of days I spent there. And yeah, then I had to return the car, return to the airport, check in again, fly back to Berlin. And I mean, that's a thing you probably haven't heard about it or so. But Berlin currently has 2 airports. One airport is about to be constructed, but they fail at constructing it and so on. And one of their biggest arguments, I'm completely against this new airport because it's not really in our reach or so, and it makes things way more complicated than it's really necessary. But yeah, one of their biggest One of their biggest arguments is that sniped. This one got sniped. That the old airport has not enough capacity for all the passengers. And all the time I'm at this airport, there's plenty of space. There are often empty gates. And the most bad thing was, it's not out of capacity. They just have bad people hired or so. Because I was waiting for the luggage, I don't know, 40 minutes or so until they unloaded the plane. And also as the plane landed and arrived at the gate, no one was at the gate to control the ramp, basically. And yeah, I mean, you failed. You just failed. It's not that the airport has not enough capacity. You just have hired the wrong people. If you would hire really good people, if you would really hire good and well-trained people and so on, you could increase the efficiency of that airport by 200% or so, or 300%. You could get so much more people and planes and whatnot ready if you would just use the right people. So yeah, this really made me angry. This made me very angry. But yeah, this concludes the journey to Sweden. It was really a great journey. It was a fantastic journey. And next time I can maybe summarize the last few days of my vacation, and then we can discuss some more, Thesis defense related things or so. Oh man, it's disappointing. And I can talk more about sports and so on. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this very episode, and I hope you will be joining me next time. Thank you so much for watching. Wow, this is quite an extensive episode when I look at the time of the recording. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, my name is Sebbi. See you!